As a person who's not religious but loves God, I really do try to live with chastity at the base of my value system. Like, I really want to love how God loves because I just think it's so beautiful and amazing. You know, who doesn't want to be like God? Who doesn't want to be a fucking God? But that's really fucking hard in 2024. I don't even know how God fuck with you niggas. I will be real. Y'all selfish. I'll be real. I'm selfish too, though. But that's been asking me a lot to address why I allow things outside of myself to turn me into something. And that simply just means my reactions. It doesn't matter if it's just I was having a good day and something threw me off and I'm having a bad day, or like I'm just angry for a period of my day. It doesn't, like, I ask myself, like, why is that allowed to really make you mad? Because it's challenging this idea that I have, and I have to ask myself, where do those ideas come from? They come from expectations, and expectations aren't very like unconditional love, chastity, loving like God loves. It's not really that vibe. So we just have this expectation that as long as we be good and we show up, and sometimes I think religion pours into this, but we have this idea that as long as we're good people, good things will happen. But I dare to say that again is just transactional love, and it's not actually, because at the end of it you're waiting for that good thing to come back because you feel like you've been good. This is something that I deal with, and I really do think it stems from people pleasing, growing up religious, because it told me that there was a right way to act and a bad way to act, and it told me if I acted right that I would get right things. But that didn't mean that I had to be right within my heart. That really just mean you better not let your physical flesh like do something, you know. But I would still have feelings of jealousy, envy, sadness, pain, anger, like just all these feelings in my body that I'm like, okay, I'm showing up great, but on the inside I feel terrible. None of this journey of trying to be like a better person, like I've never been a reactionary person where it's like, you know, like it take a lot for me to, I feel like, react outside of my character, because I really just don't like stuff like that. But I know that I can, and it's like if I ever do, it's always going to be because somebody else was able to push me there, because naturally I am not the type of person that act in certain ways. So in a lot of ways that kind of makes you, it doesn't kind of, it actually does, when you look at your relationships and your friendships and kind of the state of them, it allows you to not take accountability in some ways, because you're just steady looking at this transaction of energy. You're looking at, okay, I gave her positive energy and then she gave me negative energy, so I gave her negative energy back. Oh, we can't be friends because you make me upset or you make me angry, or rah rah rah. That's a rightful statement, don't get me wrong, but ask yourself, why does whatever is going on, depending on the situation, if a person is genuinely just being weird or triggering you, or just like actually being weird, that makes sense. But I'm the type of person where I have a lot of things I do not like a lot, so I'm like, you could be my friend, you could be smacking it, I'm really over it, I'm dragging it. But it's like, why does that personally bother you so much? Because you're focused on what they got going on. Don't get me wrong, bitch, you could hear a hoe smacking from very far away. But if your attention isn't on it, it really isn't going to bother you that much. Now, I'm using the smacking as this dumbass thing. Just kind of like think of a situation where it's like, think of anything that you know you personally get very upset or bothered by, that doesn't actually affect you. It literally just bothers you. It's not like it's triggering you, which again I do think to an extent is your job to deal with, because the world is a walking fucking trigger. Are you just gonna get triggered anytime somebody doesn't know your triggers and accidentally fucking triggers you? No. You be an adult, you grow up, you deal with it. You say, okay, now I can't expect everybody to act XYZ, but I know if I encounter these things, I know how I can react so that it doesn't bother me, right? So stuff like that, it's things that you, when you really 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 love someone, it's things that you are able to overcome that you never once were, because you feel like this relationship is greater than myself. Now peep that, because I started this talking about individualism and being selfish, and I just personally, I think I have sabotaged a lot of my relationships being selfish in that way, where it's like, bitch, why the fuck would you ever do some loser shit like that? Like a fucking gnat just flew in my face. Are you dumb? That shit, what the fuck? And to be honest, like, this is something I started noticing in college. I'm like, I'm not strong enough to be around y'all. Like, it's not even like you're a bad person for doing the things that you're doing or being the person that you're being, but I am not strong enough to be around you and it not affect me. Can we get up for accountability? I'm just like, the way life is encouraging me to grow so that I can chase my greens. Okay. Yeah, my dreams. But the way life is kind of making me feel like I need to grow to chase my dreams is very much in an isolation, only focused on me and my opinion and my thoughts kind of way. And I'm just like, if it comes to that, where are we going? Because I love my community. I love the thoughts and opinions of those around me. Should they dictate my life? Never. But should they make me feel like I should isolate myself? Also never. So why do I feel that way? I feel that way because when people are giving opposing thoughts, opinions, and beliefs to mine, especially pertaining to my life, I cannot deal with that. But I'm also the type of person that would never want to be around people that are just copy and paste me. Like, we have all the same thoughts, all the same opinions, all the same perspectives on everything. I really wouldn't want that. But I think it really challenges my ego when people disagree with me, because I think so right. But you're not. Like, you're right in your own right. And that's something that you can't take away from people. If a person decides to say, this is how I want to go about my journey, as much as you want to think, no, you don't need to go about it like that, you cannot change their opinion. Now, I feel like your job as being a person in their community, when they ask, is to vocalize your opinion and your thoughts, because that is the point of having community. I just know it's a very dangerous setup to only have people around you who are reaffirming what you want to hear. Like, you damn near need somebody that's going to disagree with you so you can truly have opportunity to understand why you feel the way you feel. Having people in my life currently that challenge my thoughts and beliefs about myself make me have to ask myself deeper, why do you believe this so much? Why do you agree so much? So I guess this was just encouragement to the girlies who are also like really like trying to grow and loving unconditionally, because it, as a lover, it gets heavy. It gets so fucking heavy having these thoughts and dreams and desires and expectations. And I really blame movies. I blame media. I blame the 21st fucking century. Like, it's just such a double-edged sword, because in a billion ways, as I was saying, in a billion fucking ways, we were able to learn so much more than we've ever known and become so much more conscious of things that we never thought we could even do. Like, somebody like myself and where I come from, like, I would never truly have had the faith to believe that I could be the person that I'm striving to be and the person that I am today. But even the person that I'm striving to be, I don't think it ever would have actually been a real reality for me just growing up how I grew up if I didn't have places like the internet where I could watch YouTubers day in my lives, and I could watch, just follow people over periods of time and watch them grow in their own journey, and then be like, damn, like, I used to watch her when she had a shaky ass laptop that she was recording on in 2011, like, that gives inspiration that just reading in a book or hearing it could never do. But I also think so much fucking information, and also being able to still see a person that looks like you, maybe you feel like got it out the mud, go do something you wish you could do, and you feel like maybe you did what they did and you're not getting it. I'm dragging it. But it's such a double-edged sword in terms of like helping us live freely, because I think that that's what all of these generations have been adding up to. And in some ways or another, every decade, every fucking, what is it called, generation, every generation that comes, I feel like they're advocating for a different version of freedom. And ours now, I feel like, is the freedom of choice, because again, we kind of coming off that tip where it's just very promoted to do what your parents didn't have the opportunity to do, or the things they want for you. And as a Gen Zer, we fighting back. But I encourage you to always keep your community in mind and find a way that your personal desires can add to your community in a positive way, because that counts.